Peita, you're on.
She's had a few drinks. Watch out.
Peita's in the house.
I'd just walk up and I'd be like, hide your dicks. Such a one-sided fucking podcast. It's just all about you, isn't it?
Oh,
no,
yeah, you
fucking
go
boring.
first. You go first, because that's what you fucking wanted anyway.
Oh, fuck, I hate how you do that.
Oh, do you?
Welcome to Not the Friends You Put on Speaker, the podcast that's 70% chaos, 20% trauma bonding, and 10% surprisingly good advice. We're your hosts, Bel and Peita, serving messy stories, loud opinions, and the type of honesty that should probably come with a legal disclaimer. Right, let's fucking get into it. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Episode 13, and this is going to be the last episode of season 1. So
What?
this is not goodbye, it's see you soon. And it's all because of Peita.
What?
Don't act like you're sad. She's had enough of me.
Oh, thank fuck.
Thank
Is
fuck
what
what? What do you mean?
I don't have to deal with you for a while.
You're a fuckwit. I feel the same. You're the hard work, not me.
Nah, we're pressing pause.
Yeah, we're just going to take a little bit of a break. I mean, we haven't been doing it for all that long, maybe 2 months or something like that, but 2 months every week, editing, trying to pick topics, things like that. It's just, sometimes you just need to be like, righto, let's take a break for a second. There's a few things going on in life, a few changes, so we're just going to see how they fit within the new dynamics and the new, lifestyle for both of us. And yeah, we're definitely going to come back, though. I don't want to not do this, though. I have too much fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely going to miss it for that little break that we are going to get. But yeah, to refresh ourselves, get that new content, and come back bigger and better. Go away, think about what we've learnt from all these episodes, and come back and apply new learnings, which I think is exciting.
Yeah. So how long do you want to have a break for, Pete? What's your thoughts and feelings around that?
Oh, so we're in a bit of a suck it and see, both of us, with our lives and what's going on. But, a couple of weeks will probably do us. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah, so that will probably be like maybe 1 to 2 months off air, something like that, by the time we start recording again, editing, all of that sort of stuff. So, yeah, probably not longer than 2 months off air. What do you think?
Definitely. I reckon if we did that, the listeners would be, probably hounding us. They're going to miss us.
Hope so. Hopefully they're just knocking at our door with all new topics and conversational pieces and wanting to come on and be guests. What do you reckon?
Bloody oath. So that's one thing that we are going to do is try and, round up some people that we can come on and be guests on our episodes. So if there's anyone out there that wants to do that, please flick us a message. I will ask you some questions and then we can go from there, but we can definitely make it work.
Yeah, 100%. I reckon that would be good to try and do that in season 2, because season 1 has just been us, with the exception of Zachy Boy. He was our first little guinea pig, which was great. But that sort of aired a few little things that we need to fix within the technology space, so to speak, which was good.
Yeah, that did help us out realize, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. So, yeah, it was really good. But we have got a guest lined up, haven't we?
We have. We had one reach out on TikTok, and yeah, I believe that she's filled out the form and everything like that. So we will try and schedule that in the break period as well, and yeah, come up with a plan with that one. So yeah, reach out if you've got something to say or something you want to discuss or need to get off your chest. If you just want to have a mad rager and we can just sit here and fucking come along for the ride, we're happy with that too. So reach out to us. We've got our email there, so just send us an email or just slide into the DMs. That's sort of where we sort of want to head with season 2, I think. Get some guests on. I'm a bit bored with Peita. She's a boring mole, so come and chat to me.
Well, likewise. I'm sick of talking to Belinda all the time. It was really fun when Zach was on. So, just
Yeah.
introducing that third wheel was really good. So, if you want to come and be our third wheel, let us know.
Yeah, that's it. Come join the party.
Oh, it's super fun.
Yeah.
And like we sound professional. Oh yeah, you're just gonna have to fill out a document. We just have to ask some questions because we need to make sure that we can all record at the same time. So we need to look at your availability and our availability, obviously, and you can do it remotely. So, like we've said in the past, Belinda is in another state and we can do this. So, we can make shit happen. We're make shit happen kind of people.
So the document also allows us to have your consent to utilize the footage for reels and obviously for our podcast. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
don't,
So
don't be scared.
no, don't be scared. We're nice gals. Well,
Yes.
I am.
I'm the nicest one.
I don't know. What do you reckon, guys? Is she the nicest or me?
Yeah, let's do a poll.
We should. Do you know how to do a poll, Peita? You should by now.
Yeah, I do actually. I might do one shortly.
All right, we'll see. You got a few tasks actually.
Oh, I do. So we are going to have a break, but it's not really going to be a break. So
No,
there's still lots to do.
definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, what have you learnt, Pete, from episode 1 to episode 13? What are your main learnings, takeaways from those episodes?
Oh, there's could nearly be a whole episode on this, I reckon. So the main thing for me personally, I actually thought I was a good speaker, and I've realized that I'm not. I've realized that I get so nervous before we film. Um, really bad.
You were
And
so
I thought I was a
painful.
confident person.
You were so painful from,
Thanks.
I think it was episode 1 to episode 3. You were painful as fuck. It was like, oh, I don't know, like pulling teeth trying to get you to just flow with it. It was very disjointed.
Yeah, I was very uptight. Yeah, it was bad. And I still get nervous. Like even, when it's recording day, that whole day I'm like, "Oh, it's recording day today," and I'm thinking about it all day. Yeah, I just didn't realize that I was that type of person and that it would do that to me, which
What are you
is
nervous
quite
about though?
funny, really. Because I just want to for the audience to see us at our best, and I want to be awesome. Like I don't want people to say, "Oh, that's a shit podcast," or I'm a people pleaser, I guess, and I want people to be happy with what they're listening to. And
Yeah, right.
sometimes I think, "Oh shit, I don't know whether I've got the words for that."
Yeah? Where I
Yeah,
don't have any of that at all.
yeah, because you don't have a fucking care factor.
I do, deep
You've
down.
got no. Yes, you do, but you're like, you give zero fucks. We've talked about this before.
I do give fucks, but
So,
behind doors, closed doors.
yeah, 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 where I'm just like, oh, how's that person going to see me? Like, I had someone say to me, oh, I listened to your podcast, and they said, you got to start somewhere. And I thought, oh, okay.
What does that mean?
So
Did you
I can do
ask him?
better. No, I didn't ask them because it was out in a social setting and they were with other people, and I just thought, "Oh, no, I'm not even gonna go there."
Oh,
But yeah,
really?
so I just found that really interesting. Yeah,
I would
I
have
was
been
like,
like, what
"Oh,
do you
okay."
mean by that?
Yeah, I was just a bit, like, taken aback, and I was like, "Oh, shit, okay." Anyway, moved
Oh.
on. Uh, but yeah, so I've learnt that I'm not as good a speaker as I thought I was. I get nervous. I've learnt that the microphone picks up every single sound, and I didn't realize it would. So even when I lean my phone on the microphone,
Or your chair right
and
now?
if I touch on oh, see? Um,
Or is it your old
you know when
bones?
I've got my it's my old bones. Yeah, just interesting things like that. So, like, I those are the things that I never really thought about. Um, when we first started out, the room setup. So Belinda was saying to me, "Oh, we need to have this, we need to have that," and I'm like, "Fuck, mate, no, we don't." She's like, "Yes, we do." And after I did some research, I listened to her, I watched what she was doing, and I realized that all those things are so important. And I had no idea. So there's lots in the background that people don't see that we need to, focus on. So all that stuff, I didn't realize how much work would go into editing. Not that I do any,
Well,
but,
how do you know
you
then?
doing because I know how good the episodes come out. Our little reels that we do, how I know how great they are. So and I do editing at work, just not it's not humans that I'm editing, it's other stuff. So I can understand that, doing a full episode of a podcast would be a lot. So I appreciate that. I didn't realize how much background work I should do, which I still don't do, in regards to making an effort about what topics we're going to talk on.
Yes. We've slackened off, haven't we? We fucking fell off that bandwagon pretty quick.
We did, but it's hard. We've still got lives that we're living. So this is not obviously a paid gig for us. We've got to do our paid gigs. We've also got husbands, animals, houses, and everything to look after, and social lives to have. So yeah, it's about priorities, and we need to get our priorities right, Belinda.
We do. You need to get your priorities right.
Do
Yeah, right. So it's
you
just
want me to
been
keep going with what else we've learned?
I don't know. If it's important, go for it.
I've learnt that I should schedule social media posts rather than posting them on the day.
You can't schedule reels though. You know that?
Oh,
Are
no,
we
but I'll
talking the
just do
same
mine
thing?
as a post.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
can it gives me an option.
reels you can't. Photos and stuff you can. Posts you can. You can schedule those, but reels you can't schedule them. Well, I can't.
Hmm. Yeah, okay. Interesting. We'll have to talk about that in our
Yeah.
break.
In our break.
Yeah, okay.
All
In
right. What
our
else? What else have
break.
you learnt?
I've learned that people actually like the podcast and people listen to it.
How good is it?
So it kind of freaks me out when so we got a message we got a message this morning from a friend, and he said, "Oh, I just listened to that episode, girls, great episode." And I was like, "Oh, fuck, are you listening?" Like, I didn't say that, but in my head I'm like, "Oh my God, really?" Yeah, so when people react, when people message and they let us know that they're listening, it gives you like a little like flutter of your heart. Like, it's really nice. I didn't think as many people would listen as they do, or people, yeah, let me know that they're listening. So that's nice.
Yeah, it's like that day that I got a phone call from my property manager from my investment property, and she's like, "Oh, since when have you been doing podcasts?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "I listen to your podcast." I'm like, "Oh." Really? And then from then I'm like, all right, well, I can say fuck, shit, cunt, because she listens to me podcast. I don't have to be all professional now because I can't hide behind that fucking filter of being professional like the property owner and the property manager. She listens to the podcast, so she knows what I'm actually like now. So I was just fucking letting her have it. Who cares? Who am I fucking trying to fool? She caught me out.
That's so funny.
It was funny.
It's so random though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's surreal.
Yeah,
It's surreal. It's probably something that you haven't experienced. Like I remember when I get recognized at caravan parks when I'm there and they're like, oh, you're Bel Ventures or I watch you on YouTube. I'm like, whoa. Like the first time that happened to me, it spun me the fuck out. And it continues to happen to me, you know. I'm not this big celeb or whatever, but most times someone will say something about my YouTube. I'm like, whoa, that just wigs you out that these are randoms that you just happen to come across like this sliding doors moment and they know what you do and who the fuck you are. And it wigs you the fuck out. So maybe I'm a little bit more accustomed to that. But yeah, my property manager saying that she listens to my podcast, that wigged me out. I was like, whoa.
that's cute. It's super cute. I
It's
think
good.
it's funny. It's so good. Like when you said like that people notice you and stuff, another side of it that I've experienced is people will say, oh, this is Peita. She's got a podcast. And I'm like, what? Is that defining me now? Is that, but I guess it's something that people, not everyone's doing, right?
It's
So
interesting.
It's very it is interesting and it's very special to be able to do it. So, and when people comment on it, yeah, it's really nice.
It is. It's awesome. It's awesome to hear the good feedback and everything. Like, hear that, oh, yeah, you two have got good energy and all of that sort of stuff. And they like to listen and they look forward to listening and all of that. Like, it's something I wasn't expecting. We didn't quite know where this was going to go and how it was going to get perceived. But we're sitting at almost 700 followers on Facebook. Like, for something that I think we're up to episode 10 that's live at the moment, or 9. For something that's only had 9 or 10 episodes and you got 700 followers, like I was expecting maybe to have 300 at this stage. You need to work and build these things, but we've received a really good response.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, well done. I thought that like 700 was like an expected amount so for you to say that, who's experienced in all this, to say that, 300 would have been wonderful. Yay to us, sister.
Yeah, I was stoked with that. Just it was flowing on from when we like invited everyone on our Facebook page. And then it just continually, like every single day, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 subscribing, depending on what's going on and what's being shown and all of that. Like, I think it's great. Like, that's unheard of probably from like the YouTube side of things, the travel side of things as well, whether it's because we are relevant or fresh or unique with how we do the podcast compared to travel style vlogs, which is very saturated. Maybe that's where I'm getting that from, but we get a shitload more traction on this podcast and subscribers or followers than what my Bel Ventures does at some points.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, well, there's a clear defining difference between the two. You know what that is?
Not you.
It's me. Thank you.
You're so cool, Peita.
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So, what have you learnt?
What have I learnt? I've learnt a fuck ton of patience.
Well, you fucking needed to.
I did. So I've learned a fuck ton of patience. I've learnt obviously how to edit podcasts, because I can edit reels and I can edit photos and I can edit YouTube videos. I've never edited podcasts. So that's been a new thing. So I've learnt how to do that, podcasts and reels from podcasts, which has been pretty cool. I've learnt that doing a podcast with your friend needs to be like open and honest, which is the feedback when we started from your mate that did it with his mate, that they didn't see eye to eye and it fell to shit. You know, we were quite aware of that. So I think you need a level of honesty and need to be able to kick each other up the ass when they need it, and be patient and, you know, help each other out and all of that, and not take shit too serious. We're not getting paid for this. It's not a business, so don't treat it like a business. So I think I've learnt that, you know, it was the right choice to proposition you to come and do this. I think the podcast wouldn't be what it is if I didn't have you as my co-host or host, second host. So I think I made the right choice with who I picked to proposition that. Little did I know you were that retarded with social media and shit like that, but it's all learnings. True.
You are so rude.
True. Honest.
Well, yeah, I'm learning.
Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't think you were that bad at it, but it's good. We're evolving. You've learnt a lot. You know, the tones and I thing come up and you're like, fuck yeah, I could do that. Where you probably wouldn't have, maybe. I don't know, if you didn't do the podcast and had your podcast Belinda boot camp. I don't fucking know, but that's a learning anyway, that it has to be, you know, a 50-50 or an agreed 80-20, whatever your agreement is, that you both sort of stick to that and be able to kick each other up the arse if, you know, you're expecting something to be posted and that other person that's responsible for that isn't, or, you know, you're expecting X, Y, and Z. You need to be open to that and both sort of pull your weight a little bit with that, rather than two, you know, control freaks as you and I are, and big personalities. I think we've sort of meshed quite nicely with this and sort of just roll with the punches and have fun doing it. Like, yeah, that's something that I learned, that I wasn't worried. I know that you were worried starting this podcast and how it may or may not affect the friendship, but yeah, I think it's good. Like, I've learned that, you know, people can be supportive and people are interactive, but maybe not as interactive as what I thought. Like, I had high hopes for the podcast to do, you know, question boxes and have a shitload of people, you know, weigh in on a topic or an opinion or something, which hasn't happened at all. So that's an expectation or an idea that I had that sort of didn't meet my benchmark or expectation on, that people would give opinions or experiences as much as they have not, you know. So it's all a learning curve of what people are willing to share. But I think that might also come with time, or we might have to look into different avenues to try and maybe get people's opinions and feedback that's not going to come back on them. I don't know whether it's that. I'm not sure what it is. So, yeah, I thought people would be a little bit more forthcoming with information, experiences, opinions, which they're not. But, yeah, that's something also that I've learned.
Yeah. It's been a lot of good learnings.
Mm.
I've really enjoyed the process. And yeah, I'm like you. I really thought that people would share their experiences a bit more. But, you know, I reckon it's coming. We just keep, you know, doing what we're doing and do a little bit more research on how we can get people to share and be comfortable with sharing
Yeah,
and being a part of what we're offering.
yeah, for sure. Sure, but
Yeah.
that might be season
Yeah.
2. That might be something that we can focus on and go from there and try and hit those topics that we had scheduled, like Ask a Miner or Ask Us Questions. And then we sit there and answer those. Maybe we can hit that benchmark in season 2, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
Anything else that you've learnt?
Um, Nothing that comes to mind apart from those things. No.
Wow, they were harsh. You've learned a lot
They were harsh. Come
about
on,
me.
man.
What episode was your favorite, or what topic was your favorite for season 1?
Um, I think my favorite was Tipsy Chats because it was unplanned. We sort of just got really drunk and were in the mood just to fucking, go for it. So we're like, yeah, let's get into it and just pull questions out of our ass and just roll with it. I think that was my favorite because it was so authentic and it wasn't, not that this is scripted, but it wasn't like we didn't have questions sitting there and topics that we needed to hit or discussion points. It was just suck it and see, let's roll with it, let's jump on the roller coaster and see where we end up. So I think that was my favorite. What was your favorite?
My favorite was FIFO, Dido, Resi,
Yeah.
and that was because, yeah, I learnt so much in that episode. But personally, I learn a lot from you sharing, your experiences. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and we got some good like engagement from the audience, people sharing their experiences, whether it be like inboxes or whatever. So that was good. I really enjoyed that, and people like would comment and say, even if it was just verbally, not on social media, like, "Oh, I didn't know that," or "Oh, wow, does that really happen?" So that was really cool. I liked
Yeah.
that episode. That was my favorite.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Maybe we delve
So
into
for
that
the
in
listen,
season 2 or something. A little bit more about FIFO
yeah,
and Dido and Resi. Maybe we delve a little bit deeper into that in season 2.
yeah, I definitely think the listeners love the mining content. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that that purple circle reel, didn't that go off?
So that was our most viral reel.
What was the number? What were we
What did
sitting at? Like I know TikTok was high.
uh
Facebook was even high for that one. It was a joke.
yeah, I know. I think TikTok sat at 27,000 views. I don't know what Facebook was because I was mainly just watching the TikTok on that one. We don't get much or many views on TikTok, or as many as I thought we would get. But yeah,
Yeah.
27 on TikTok.
27.2 TikTok.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
going to take me a little bit on the Facebook one, I think, to maybe find it what we're sitting at.
Oh, yep. Yep.
Give me a sec.
While you're doing that, I'll just let the listeners know that when Belle talked about doing the Tipsy Chats episode, how we were just winging that episode, right? We hadn't planned it; it just happened. So for each episode, there's a lot of planning that goes into it. One of us or both of us will go in and we'll write topics down, questions down, and then before we start recording, we have a talk about what we're going to talk about. So we're not winging as much as it sounds like we are. We're not winging it every episode.
There's a little bit of structure, and then all of those random reels of me doing bloody cross-eyed and demoned and this and that or whatever, that all happens after the fact, that we just capture all that good shit where we're just, shoot the shit behind the scenes. But 46,000 views on Facebook.
Wow. And so that was the purple circle reel.
Yeah, I don't know why that one took off
Yeah.
so much, but people frothed it. Maybe it's because everyone deals with that shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird because when I look at other reels, I think they're funnier and I think, oh, why haven't we got more views on that? But
Yeah.
yeah, and that goes to show you just never know. Hey, you never
No,
know.
you just got to be authentic and just see what sticks. And that one just went off. Like, yeah, it was crazy, hey?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you
It was
know
good.
what our most streamed episode is? Take a guess.
Ooh. So is it our first episode? Was it our first episode, our careers,
So
or introducing us?
technically they got more because they're older, right? But I'm looking at the analytics graph of when things are posted. So you get like a little graph and you can see what dates. So it was the highest spike in our graph of that day posted. So the amount of listens and views on that day that that episode dropped. So no, it wasn't that one.
Yeah, okay. Okay, spill it, sister. What was it?
So our highest streamed on the day that it dropped was toxic leadership.
Was it?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep. So it seems like there's a lot of fucking toxic leaders, or that one just twigged with people that they wanted to listen. I don't know. But yeah, like you have a look at our graph of when we're posting stuff, and this one was like this.
Wow. So it really spiked that one. Okay,
Yep.
that's interesting. But yeah, I guess everyone's got a leader, right? So they can relate to that
And everyone's got a purple circle.
if they're toxic. Yeah.
Clearly.
They do.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Bloody
I love
oath.
that. I love talking about those stats. So
If
good.
if you could redo an episode, what one would it be? I know you don't listen or watch them like I do. I watch every episode on YouTube. Maybe it's because I'm the one editing and it's like a feedback that I watch back on my work. I don't know what it is, but I always listen and then I go and watch it. What one would you redo just from your own experience?
So I've briefly watched some of the What's Going On in the World.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the title, episode 12, and I would redo that one because I am looking down, and this is purely for the video because I look down in that recording a lot because I'm looking at our notes. So
Yes.
it's made me very conscious of that.
Yeah. 100%. I noticed that too. You're looking over here, which makes you look disinterested in what's being said.
Yeah, and I was really disappointed when I saw that. I was like, "Oh my God," but I think, like, there was so much that I didn't know about, and I was trying to read. Yeah, I was trying to read, and I was just like, "Oh, yeah, that doesn't look good, sister."
Mm. Yeah. So maybe a
What
setup in
about you?
season 2 with how I've got it with the two screens that it's you're still looking, but it's on the other side. Maybe we need to work on that with you for episode 2 to have it on the screen like I've got it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. My one that I would do again would be episode 1 and 2 because they were very disjointed. Obviously, you got to start somewhere. Maybe that person only listened to episode 1 and 2, and that's why she said that. I don't know. But we were very disjointed. There was lots of pauses. You could see that you were uncomfortable and not wanting to flow with it. You were like, I need to look professional and this is what people think and rah, rah, rah. You could tell that you were very uptight with it. So if I could go back, even though it was our first, I think we recorded episode 1 and 2 in one day. So it wasn't as if we did it and then learnt from it, watched it back, and then did another one. It was like back to back with that one. So I'd probably go and redo those ones because it was very disjointed. The video quality wasn't amazing because we weren't paying for the platform. We were just on the free one, so it was very pixelated. things like that. So, yeah, I think that's natural. When you start something, you always look back at the earlier episodes and cringe. So they would be my two.
Okay, you little cringies.
Yeah. But you always cringe at stuff like that. I do it with Bell Ventures. I will not watch my earlier episodes because I cringe.
And I think that's why I don't listen and watch much, because I just think, oh, I can't deal.
Nah.
No, but I have in the last few episodes, I've been really like listening and yeah, getting comfortable with my uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
What did we underestimate about starting a podcast, Bill?
Um, I don't know. I don't know whether I underestimated the time that it would take or, how long, like juggling between the backlog of Bell Ventures episodes that I needed to edit and schedule, and then adding a podcast with recording it, doing the reels, doing the editing. Maybe I underestimated the time that does that, even though like the podcast takes me less time than doing a video. But maybe I underestimated the workload that goes into this. Not that it's a hell of a lot, but when you're juggling multiple things, it adds a bit of weight. It's not just like an hour out of your day. It's a few hours to do all of the reels, to update the document, to sit down, listen to an entire podcast. So I listen to the entire podcast, make the edits, put in the intro, put in the outro. So that can take me, anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours just to do the episode, then to add a description, to upload it, all of that sort of stuff. So there's, you're averaging maybe 4 or 5 hours per episode of work with the reels and the editing of the episode. So maybe I underestimated the amount, but then I didn't really have a benchmark or an idea on how long things take. And I feel like the platform that we record on helps that. I would hate to experience something that's not as fluent or user specific for podcasts as what we are using. I think that would blow those numbers out. I find this platform's very user friendly and easy and makes everything streamlined. Streamlined.
Yeah, I totally agree.
What did
I
you underestimate, Peter?
Oh wow. Oh, here we go. Here comes the relaxed Belinda. She's just entered the room. I underestimated how much thought I would have to put into like being with a co-host. So I never want to let you down. And I thought, that we'd just do shit. I didn't think about that you'd have to think about the other person, right? To make sure that, we're turning up when we say when we're turning up to record, that we post when we say we're going to post, all those things. So you've got to it's not just about doing a podcast. And if you were doing it alone, you don't have to think about yourself, but you've got to think about someone else. So it's that commitment, I guess. So I didn't think about the commitment.
Yeah.
It's been yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's been your biggest learning curve. And we spoke about that, I think, in small business, that you didn't realize how much effort, posting continuously reels and things like that are with a presence on social media.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. And, it doesn't take long to put together a post and put together that text to go with a clip or whatever. But, when you are with your family and friends and they just see you on your phone all the time, it's it's not cool. So you've got to try and juggle that. It's really hard to balance that. but I think I'm in a better rhythm these days after 13 episodes. I'm getting good at it.
I mean, I still chip you and go, "Are you posting tonight? What are you doing? Are you busy? Would you like me to do it?"
And there's been a couple of days this week where I have needed you to help me because I did have some stuff going on. So I was very grateful for that. But all the other times, I'm like, oh man, I was just about to do it. It's okay. Like,
Yeah,
it's just because we're obviously thinking about it at the same time. Like, I go, oh shit, I've got to post. And then I might get a message from you, are you posting? I'm like, yep, onto it.
yeah,
So it's just like teamwork. It's teamwork, really.
it is.
So, Belle, has doing the podcast changed how you show up in everyday life at all?
Um, no, not really. I wouldn't say it's changed how I show up, but it might make me a little bit more aware, like talking about grief and things like that, and supporting people and what they need. And I think I've just learnt a lot from you talking in certain topics and discussions and things like that. So maybe I've changed as a person and the way that I interact with people, or sort of have a better understanding with what people need and want and their experiences. And I don't feel as alone as maybe I did with my thoughts and feelings, thinking, oh, it's just me or whatever. Like, I know that other people are going through that or experience that or feel the same way. So, yeah, maybe I just feel a little bit more validated that it's not just me with these, issues or topics. What about you?
That's that's super cool that you feel like that. I love that.
Mm?
Look at you. You've come a long way. That's good. I
Have
love that.
I? I've evolved.
But it's good. That's what it's all about, right? Like, uh, because we come from that training background, we want to teach people things. We, as people, you and I, we want to learn things. So I talked about it earlier, how I love that FIFO episode because I learnt so much stuff. So that's so good. For me, I don't believe I've changed how I show up in real life. I still show up the same, but I probably just give less fucks about what people think.
Nice.
I've yeah, and you've taught me that. Like,
Love that for you, boo.
and you know, thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud of myself because before I'd be really like, yeah, uptight about things, and yeah, I'm just trying to let go of all that. So thank you.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. That's so cool. Because why
Yeah,
beat yourself up over
yeah.
someone's ideas or the way that they see you or their opinion of you? You can't change that. That's their opinion and that's their thoughts and that's them, right? At the end of the day, how they go through life and see things. So why the fuck should you be worried? You should just live an authentic life for how you want to live it and say what you want to do and do what you want to do, because we're all not getting out of here alive. We've got one fucking life. We've got one chance of this thing. So why sit there and be worried about how you're going to be perceived or what people think? It's just a waste of your energy.
Yep, exactly. And I am who I am, and I'm happy with who I am. So it's better for me to understand that people have to accept me for who I am,
And if they
and I
don't,
have
they're not
to.
your people.
That's exactly right. I said that today. They're not
I
my
love
people.
that. That's so
So
good.
yeah, yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah. All right. What has been the most testing moment between us, do you think?
Probably you getting frustrated with me, with the social media stuff, and me, yeah, not having a clue about it. Oh, well, like not realizing some stuff about it. That's what I think. I don't know. I don't think we've had any testing moments on air, but I can feel your frustrations when, I'm not doing things that you expect me to do. I can feel that. I sense that. Yeah. So that for me, that's that.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. Valid.
What What do you reckon? What for you?
Um, what is that? What's been the most testing moment? It's I probably agree with you. It's probably the social media posting things that is where we had the most sort of problems with, maybe, but it's all learnings. I feel like we're both, it's never been a fight, it's never been anything. It's just, I think, different expectations or different ideas or learnings, not even ideas, because we still agree when we talk it out on what needs to happen. I think it's more changing to fit the lifestyle of episode postings. Like we touched on that with a small business, how you have an episode, you need to post this, and then your episode comes out, and then it's post about it afterwards, and then before the other episode comes out, it's post about that one. This episode comes out, you're still posting it to gain traction, then the new episode comes out. So I think it's just learnings, and I don't think that you were as aware as what we both thought, but I don't think it was ever testing. I think it was just more sort of finding our way and you adjusting your routines to accommodate regular posting, which you weren't used to. Do you agree?
Yes, bloody oath I do. And I still struggle with the fact that we have to commit that time to it because I'm like, oh, well, if I don't want to post today, fuck it. Right. But I know that I know, but to reach our audience, that's what you have to do. It's like part of the job, right? But it's
Correct.
like you have to be yeah, you have to be structured. And I like some parts of my life to be structured, and then I absolutely hate other parts to be structured. And for me, this is something that I really battle with, but I think that I'm getting better at it. And I know that it has caused you frustration. But in that time, it was pretty fucking funny as well.
Like I said, we laugh through it. We don't take it serious. Like, I don't think it ever tested anything. I think it was just an adjustment for you with someone that comes from that already.
Yeah, definitely because you come from that space, that level of experience. You've been doing that, your travel stuff and everything for quite a few years now, where I just was like, I just had my own personal page. So, I'd post whenever I wanted, whenever I felt like it. Didn't care about, having to be consistent. So yeah, consistency is not my forte, but I'm getting better.
I agree. I agree. It's been a learning curve.
Yeah. It certainly has. It's just been such a fun journey. I've loved it.
So, on the back of that, what is something you have learnt about communication through this podcast?
Our communication is really good between you and I, and it is key. It is absolutely key. I believe that we actually communicate more on a friendship basis as well. Now, like we just check in with each other a little bit more, and I guess because we're having a lot more like face to face contact, um, through video and stuff, that our bond is a bit stronger, and we need to be there for each other.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, it's definitely key, but in saying that, I believe that we can still do better.
Yeah, yeah. 100%. And I've sort of implemented that. I don't know whether you've had a look in our little document, Keep Peter on Track document that's we have going on. But I've changed things coming up for season 2. I've evolved our little document to make it a little bit more user friendly for Peter. So have you had a look at that?
I have noticed that.
You have. And
I
what do you
have noticed
think?
that. Yeah, well, I love it. I love that season 2 is branded nicely. I love that it's broken down into different sections, and I'm very impressed.
Do you like that you just click a button and go not yet posted, posted, this, that? It's just a button now. It's not like a highlight green.
Yes, thank you, Belinda.
Do you actually though, or do you fucking hate it because your face is saying one thing and your mouth saying another?
Oh, no. No, I love that. I love
Yeah?
that. It's making my life so much easier. Yeah.
Good. I'm here to make your life easier, Pete.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. I'm very grateful.
But anyway, that's something we're going to work on in the break to sort of fine tune that to make it easier for both of us and sort of iron out those little kinks that we're talking about currently, with what we've experienced in season 1, and just evolve and get better and just make it a lot easier for each other and ourselves moving forward for season 2.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, seeing we're talking about like communication and stuff like that. How do you know when something needs a pause and not a full stop?
Is this a trick question?
No.
You're asking someone that takes on multiple fucking things, does not stop, sits there, watches TV while she's doing fucking reels and social media posts, gets up hungover as fuck, but still manages to fucking edit and do everything. I don't know what stop means.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how you do that.
I think this is one of the reasons why you pitched this season 2 thing to me, because you know that I don't fucking stop.
Yeah, true. Are you medicated for that?
No. I mean, this is my medication here. This is my relaxing, boo-boo, zen, chill out for the day. You've done enough productivity. I'm one of those stress laxers. Do you know what a stress laxer is?
Someone that stresses and relaxes at the same time?
Yeah. So you can't relax, right? So you're relaxing, but then you're also doing something productive. Or if you're not doing something productive, you're stressing over something that needs to be done, which is then cutting into your relaxing time because that thing hasn't been done. So you need to go and get that done. And then you just keep going with all the shit that you need to fucking get done and you never fucking calm down.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a stress laxer.
Well,
I think they call it A-type personality.
do you know what I call it?
What?
A fucking weirdo.
You're a fucking weirdo. How do you know when to
Well,
pause and stop?
I listen to my body.
Do you? What is your body telling you, Peter?
It says you need to chill out. You need to have a nap.
It's because you're old, cunt.
Most likely, but I'm really good at just saying, I'm just going to go lay down and having a 10-minute nap and then getting up and just going again. I'm
Fuck, I
super
wish
good at
I
that.
could do that. Caitlin's like that, my best mate Caitlin. She come up here for my birthday weekend and she's like, I'm just telling you, Belinda, I need to have a midday nap. I need at least an hour. It will recharge me and then I can go again. I'm like, you're a fucking weirdo. Who the fuck does that? And she's like, I just need a nap. Otherwise, I'm going to be a grumpy cunt. I'm not going to want to party, whatever. I'm like, You do you, boo. Fucking go and have your nap, and that's what does her. But she is a different person to me. We're very yin and yang. We're, I don't know, A type and C type or whatever it is. Very different. So maybe you're not an A type. What type of personality are you reckon?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I think like I'm a mixed bag because I can be some things sometimes and other things other times.
You're just a mixed bag, mate.
Yeah, I'm like a bag of box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, fucking hell. Maybe we should do some research into that on our little break. I want to do the personality colours. That's my little goal that I want to do. I want to come on here and talk about the personality colours, and maybe we could do the types of personalities, like your A type, B type, C type. What do you reckon?
Well, I would like to do that because you've been banging on it about it for the past 6 months, so let's do it.
6 months.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun, eh? It hasn't been 6 months though.
It feels like an eternity.
Do you think this is Frenchian? Frenchians.
Oh God, what have we got here?
Do you think this has has
Oh God, Zach better not come back in to this room and give you another drink. That's all I'm gonna say.
has this Frenchian? Fuck me. Oh, I'm crying. Has this strengthened our friendship or challenged it, do you think?
For me, it's definitely strengthened it more than what I thought it could. So I'm really grateful for that. I've learnt so much more about you that I didn't know and I thought I knew. So I, for me, it's strengthened it very much so, and I've really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's nice to hear. When you were saying that, it brought back this thing, Caitlin, who I was just talking about, my bestie. She said to me when she was up here for my birthday, she said, I listened to, I think it was the Women in Mining podcast where I spoke about how those guys treated me and pissed all over my door and shit all over my portaloo and all of that. And she said, I listened to that and I understood you a lot more. She goes, I never knew that. And now I look at the way that you are and why you are that way from that conversation. She goes, I had no idea about that. And I look at you now and I have a better understanding. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, that's what I wanted to get from this podcast is people to understand. Like, people don't take enough time to understand why you are the way that you are or what shaped you as a person and things like that. And that's coming from my like bestie of 17 years, and she didn't even know that, why I was the way that I am or why I might show up very hard and stern on the surface, but I'm actually a really soft like person inside when you get to know me. So I thought that was pretty cool coming from her, and that feedback that people can sort of, they have this avenue to find out about our experiences and what happens in life and why we show up the way that we show up. So that was pretty cool.
Man, I am like 100% with Caitlin because I said to Maddie, hey, I know why Belinda is the way she is. Hey, I just learned it today.
Did you?
So when we did that episode, yep, I was like, holy shit, this explains so much about Belinda. And I was sharing that whole thing with him. So I totally agree with Caitlin.
Isn't it funny? Like, you two have had, 10 plus years with me, more, and yous are only realizing that from a podcast. Like, you would think best friends and people that spend X amount of years together would know this shit, right? But when you're together, you don't get that deep. You're just sort of interacting and socializing. So it's funny that.
Yeah, it was I'm really glad that you shared all those stories because it has definitely given us an insight to what you've experienced in life. So I'm really grateful for that. It was really good, that episode.
Yeah, I'm glad that I shared it now that maybe people will look at me a little bit differently or understand me a little bit more and know that it's sort of a front and it's not really the real thing that you get when you get deep down and get to know me. I don't know. It's just, yeah, I thought people would understand, but obviously they don't.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, but I think this podcast is definitely fuck, I can't even speak. Has definitely ah, has definitely strengthened our friendship. I think it's been
Yeah,
really
I
good.
totally agree.
Yeah, I don't think it's challenged it. It has been challenging with the way that it is with the podcast, but not too challenging. But I think it's been good to have that weekly check in, that weekly face to face, that topic that we get to talk about, being able to express ourselves and talk about things and have people view us in a different way that it seems. And be on this crazy ride together. Like I think it's pretty cool for two people to sort of just jump in with both feet and just go, fuck yeah, let's just do this. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah.
So, what messages or DMs have really stuck with you that it stood out?
Um, One would be on the adult friendships. We received a public comment on one of the reels on that, and her name is Shez. And I met her on a blind friendship date, right? So she was one of my besties' friend, and we were going to one of these Magic Mike bloody, take your clothes off, fucking grind on women, those Magic Mike concerts. So one of my best
Yeah.
mates, she couldn't be there. She had a prior arrangement before the show. And I'm like, oh, okay then. And she's like, oh, you can go and meet up with my mate if you want. Go and have dinner. She's having drinks or whatever and go and do that. And then I'll meet you over there at the pub where they were having the Magic Mike show. I'm like, all right, just thought it was one person. So I'm like, okay, put myself out of my comfort zone and met up with him. And anyway, it was like, what was it, 4 or 5 women that I've never met. And I've just rocked up on this blind friendship date, right? And one of them was Shez. And she was the mother of like the daughter that I was messaging. So I just thought I was just catching up with one female, but it ended up being 5 of them. And it was fucking sweet, which I knew it would be because if they were anything like my good mate, my bestie, I knew that they were okay, right? Because she's out there, she's wild, she's, whatever, doesn't give a fuck. So I'm like, if they're anything like her, I'll be sweet. Rocked up and there's 5 of them and they were all awesome. And she commented on the friendship reel, one of them saying that, sorry that you're feeling this way. I remember, like, keep being you. You're the life of the party. I loved meeting you on that blind date and all of that. And I was like, thanks for that pump up, sis. Like, that was so nice to hear. That resonated with me that, I sometimes feel that people don't like me or, I might be that deep, dark energy that people get off the phone and be like, ugh, I just feel like shit when I talk to her or whatever, you don't really know. So for her to reiterate that she enjoyed meeting me and I was good company and she likes me as a person, all of that, that really like resonated with me and sort of reinforced that doubt in my mind that, I'm a shitty human or something, or people don't want to be around me or something like that.
No, that was I love that comment. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad that she made that comment so it can make you feel good about yourself and let you know that, you know, to help build your confidence in that space. So, yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, what about you?
Mine would be when I get messages from people that like I said earlier, that I never thought would listen to the podcast. So, there's a guy I did a course with in Queensland, and he's older than me, he's retired, and he always messages and says, "Just watching you girls, great episode." Like,
That's
and
so
he's
good.
just a really cool guy. Yeah, so that those messages when from people that you least expect, and yeah, and then I've got another one from a former supervisor, and he messaged to say, "Listening to your podcast, I love it." Just just people that back you. Like, because we both know that we doubt ourselves as much as we come across as confident women, we still lack that backing of ourselves. So when people back you, it's just so nice, refreshing, uplifting, and it makes you go, "Yep, I've totally got this." And, for those one hate comments, there's 10 I love yous. And
Yeah.
and the 10 I love yous just make it so worth it. So you've got to let go of the hate. And I think that's hard for me to do. Like, I really get bogged down with the hate because, like I said earlier, I don't want to let anyone down. I don't want people not to like me, but not everyone's going to like me. So I need to deal with that myself, which I'm working on. So it's good. I love the love messages.
I think we've evolved, hey?
Very much so, yeah. So, who would I like to see on the podcast? I would like to see other mining operators jump in with us and really share their experiences. I can understand that people are a little bit scared to do that because of maybe backlash, or they don't want to talk about some things because some things can get really heavy. Um, but I believe that we need to talk about the stuff that doesn't get talked about. And if you're not keen to come on as a guest, you can still message us and we don't have to mention any names. But I would really love operators or former operators, that would share their mining experiences. People love it. Not everyone's been a miner. No one, unless you've been a miner, you never understand. So that's who I'd like to see. Who would you like to see?
I'd like to do a few interviews with people that have gone from like being a truckie up to an OCE or a mine manager or what they call in Queensland an SSE and things like that. I would love to interview someone and see their progression and how they got there and what they did and their challenges and things like that. Like, I think that would be really cool. I'd love to hear from everyday people that's not in mining that have something to talk about, like you had about like Trent with your grief and things like that, that people can learn from and grow from and be a little bit more aware with someone in their life that's going through that. So I'd love to have people on that sort of talk about real life stuff that we're going through to make people aware or make them better or make them, give them knowledge on a certain topic. Like, it doesn't have to be mining specific, it can be whatever. Like, we're not just targeting that one sort of area. So I just like people on there that are willing to give it a red hot crack to talk about a topic and yeah, expand people's knowledge and create conversations around that. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Mm. So, what are you most proud of this season, Peter?
I'm proud of us making it to episode 13. Like, yes. And for it actually, even though there's been challenges, it's actually has it been as hard as I thought it would have been. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into a podcast, don't get me wrong. There is a lot of challenges. You need to be tight with your host, co-host. But I'm just proud of us for getting to this point, and I look forward to what we can bring in the next season.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's been a journey, and I'm excited to tighten up the purse strings and, do things a little bit different to see if that can help us and have more engagement and more people on and, yeah, talk about more topics. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, bring it on.
Bring it on, sister. So, what do we hope that listeners took away from season 1?
Oh, I just hope they took away at least one thing, like that they learnt something, because that's what we're about.
Yeah, whether it be learnt about us, whether it be learnt about a topic, I don't know. So I would like to open, the platform and have yous come and write into us, whether it be a post that we put up when this episode goes live or whether you slide into the DMs or something and just maybe tell us what you took away from season 1. What was your highlight? What didn't you like? What did you learn? What do you hope for in season 2? What topics do you want us to talk about? Yeah, I think we would really love that. So,
Yeah, definitely jump on. Let us know what you want from season 2. We want your input so that everyone can listen to what they want to hear, learn something that they want to learn. So jump in and let us know.
yeah, 100%. All right, well, let's leave this here, Peter. Wrap up season 1, episode 13.
Con-
Whoop,
Congratulations!
whoop. Let's see if we can beat the statistics and pump out more than 20 episodes, eh?
That's what we're going to do. That's our minimum goal. Let's beat that.
Yeah, 100%. All right, well, we'll see you in season 2, whenever that may be.
Catch you, cunts.
Catch you, cunts. Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap on today's shit show.
Before you run off,
make sure you follow the podcast,
jump on the socials and give some love.
And share this episode with the mate who should probably never be put on speaker.
We love you.
We appreciate you.
Catch you, cunts.